pull it down. And then, okay, it's muted. All right, that's good. Okay.
I just don't know if that will buzz or not. Here, go ahead and put it on the charger for a minute.
Yeah, let's put it on the charger. Hello. I'm waiting for...
oh my god.
Are we live? I think we're live. Hey, hey. I'm going to start with the camera. So we got 2 views. Let's get you closer so people can see your pretty face. And then...
And a beautiful sun.
that thing, the skeleton.
I love him.
Where can we get those shirts, sweetie?
Redbubble.
Redbubble?
Yeah.
Redbubble what?
Redbubble,
Slash
Elena Prana.
Slash, is that it?
I think it is Elena Prana. I'm pretty sure it's Elena Prana.
Redbubble / Elena Prana.
Like if you just Google Elena Prana Redbubble, like that's where it shows up. There's Jade designs and Scarlet designs and those too.
Why didn't you wear a Jade one? We're on my channel, not yours.
Oh, because I went to my therapist today and I wanted my skeleton son.
Oh, okay.
He's
I just
most
want my... I'm going to throw up the comments over here so people can look at these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful comments.
I need to read them too.
Oh, these are wonderful. I love it when people... What's it saying? About Tumblr. Okay, well, Stuart's always willing to tear Tumblr a new one, but let's see what we got here. Catching these live for once. Welcome, Sig Johan. The Kingship, what's up? How you doing? What internet debacle are we talking about today? Oh, we're going to talk about some stuff. Tumblr's making a goof.
I have been angry all day. I have been trying to figure out what's been happening on my dash all day.
Oh my god.
An experience, to say the least. People have massed exodus to my Discord.
Yay! That is only a good thing.
Yeah, no, like
a big healthy Discord is good.
Yeah, I usually only get like 1 or 2 people come in whenever I post a link. Today I got like 20.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, and I think I gained 200 watchers on DeviantArt just today, cause.
Thanks, Tumblr.
Yeah, thanks for shooting yourself in the foot and killing everything that we know and love.
Okay, why is Tumblr banning it? Okay, so essentially. I'm going to give the very quick breakdown.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go into detail, and we've got our resident Tumblr expert here.
I'm going to try.
If I scoot more over here, can we get you in the shot? Because, like, you're super cute, and, like, people like seeing you.
Because Tumblr's kind of bad. Well, I mean, it's always been bad, but this is, like, beyond stupid is the problem.
Okay, so speaking as a business guy, I completely understand Tumblr's space here, because at first glance it doesn't seem too unreasonable. So what has happened is recently Tumblr got taken off of the... Well, actually, the big announcement today is that Tumblr will no longer be promoting or allowing adult content starting December 17th, which is in like 2 weeks, or like very short amount of time. Yeah, so 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks to enjoy your adult content on Tumblr. Because after that, there's no more.
Tumblr had adult content in the first... Yes, actually, that is actually how I started getting my adult content, because that is where all the doujins that I liked were on a non-malware site. Like, because my things are Japanese, other things that I like. But Tumblr is where I read them, which is why I kept my favorites blocked, because that's all my favorites to keep track of my notions.
Well, the reason that they're blocking adult content now is because the Tumblr was taken off of the Apple Store because they have it was discovered that child pornography was being put on the website, and Tumblr has admitted to it. Now, the reason, Tumblr goes into full panic, actually, any business goes into full panic mode when your app is taken down from the Apple Store.
Yeah, well, the thing is the child porn problem has been a problem for a while.
Yeah, it's been a problem for a while, but, and then, Apple's protecting their brand, Tumblr's protecting their brand, and it's just, Tumblr's always had a poor reputation, and I don't necessarily, blame them for this position, so... we're going to talk more about other things as it goes, but essentially speaking, that is kind of the long and short of it. Tumblr's user base are a bunch of Apple users, and 80% of the traffic on the website comes from mobile phones. So like, I totally understand Tumblr's stance here, but a lot of people are suddenly worried, and I'm going to kind of hand it over to Alex. I will essentially come in once in a while simply to
direct me, because I cannot talk. I am a dumb when it comes to speaking coherently. This
is a person who's built her life and her career on Tumblr. So she has a lot more expertise than I do. Normally we get Megan or somebody in here to talk about it. So go ahead, give us your perspective.
Okay, so the thing is, with this is just a nail in the coffin from a domino effect of very bad decisions. So porn bots and child pornography have been a problem on Tumblr for a long time, and the community has been constantly asking for a better filter system, for a better way to censor things, for a better way for NSFW blogs to ban minors and get them out of their blog. And because a lot of, the reports and stuff are, the minors are still here, and they've been basically, a lot of the NSFW artists got harassed by young kids who were just like, oh, you should be nice to me because I'm a kid, and, this is a very real problem in the NSFW community. They feel like the creator should be nice to them because they are children, but they are illegally looking at porn.
What was that joke?
That is a real thing.
my favorite joke ever said on a TV show was on House, and House said, it's like, all these websites have is that little button that says, yes, I'm 18. To get past that, like, all you got to do is click it. Even a 17-year-old can figure that one out. So, obviously, like, Tumblr is not doing enough to prevent this. Now, I want to go back to the child pornography thing. Like, actual child pornography or drawn?
No, actual.
Okay, like, so actual...
It's mostly... Now, I'm not too familiar with that issue specifically. From what I understand, it slips through, and Tumblr's become a very hot predator site.
Okay. Now, is it dumb teens posting selfies, or is it, like, actual people advertising?
A little bit of A and B.
Okay.
Little bit of A and B, because the porn bot problem has been a problem. I mean, I've been on this site for 3 years, and my first 50 followers, 30 of them were porn bots. I mean, they just had, like, there was a third party that went into it about 2 or 3 months ago, and they started actually just mass deleting porn bots, and I think I lost 600 followers during the purge. And I was okay with that, because I'm like, oh, they're finally getting rid of all the dumb things.
Now the purge is from you lost these followers because they were getting rid of porn bots, right?
Yeah, all the porn bots are effectively being deleted. But it wasn't Tumblr doing it. We thought it was Tumblr doing it at first, but it wasn't staff having anything to do with it. It was a third party that got fed up with the problem and did Tumblr's job for them.
So, essentially, porn's been a problem on Tumblr for a while because they can't get it out of the hands of minors.
Yeah.
Minors or traffickers are posting child pornography, and so Tumblr cannot build their own filters. So a third party came in that Tumblr hired to get...
No, they didn't hire it. They did it of their own volition.
That's hacking then? How can they do that?
I don't know. I don't... That entire thing was interesting because I think it was just them going in and actually physically reporting the porn bots.
Oh, they're reporting the porn bots.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it was just a third party, doing it. They figured out some algorithm to just find them all and just start taking them out one by one and getting them banned. But it was all done through Tumblr's own algorithm, I think, or their own, automated system or something. Because they don't have very many people. There's very few moderators. It's obvious that there's very few moderators. The last time they tried to put in a filter system, 80% of my plushie posts got marked as sensitive content.
Your plushies got marked as sensitive.
Yeah, no comic content, no violent fights between the kids got marked or anything like that. My plushies got marked sensitive, and it was because of the color scheme of the shots.
Okay. Now your blog. Now to those who don't know, those who might be watching post, or those who might be new to the channel, what is your Tumblr blog about?
My Tumblr blog is a webcomic that deals somewhat in the Undertale fandom, a little bit in and out of it. It started definitely in the Undertale multiverse fandom. I don't get a whole lot of traffic though because it also is it's weird. It's a mixed blog. It really is. And I don't use it as just a comic site. I use it as a platform. I say a lot of opinions, and I just kind of use my blog as something that I can speak on. And
so it's mostly your comics, your plushies,
my plushies,
and then the occasional opinion piece.
Yeah, and
And do you ever post not safe for work content that would trigger this bot at all?
No, I do not. The way Tumblr works for that is when you have your blog, you've got you can turn it on and off to explicit. So if you have an explicit blog, you just mark it as explicit, and then people know that this is an NSFW blog. I follow several NSFW artists. They're some of my favorite people to interact with. Actually, well, I do. I mean, because I know they're adults too, which helps a lot with Tumblr. Because when you're dealing with Tumblr kids, God help you.
Well, also, we met Bonegard through them.
Yes,
and
Bonegard is wonderful, and Bonegard is very good at his SFW and NSFW art. He's very good at it.
Yeah. To those who do not know, Bonegard was the one who did our digital wallpapers of our characters, and that's amazing art, and that's. We wouldn't have found them if not for NSFW stuff, right?
Yeah, it's Tumblr and most of my friends have actually dabbled in a little bit. Almost all of them have an NSFW side blog on top of their SFW one.
So is this most that you know, or most in general?
Most that I know. I know Ferg has an NSFW side blog.
Do we want to call these people out directly? Is that okay?
Oh, they won't mind.
Okay. I don't want to.
I have no problem telling you my favorite adult artist. I mean, I follow Mortem Kuhn, who does the Street Fell series, and I follow X Lady Mally, who does some great My Hero Academia. Yeah.
Boku no Hero Academia if you're annoying.
I'm sorry. They call it Boku no Hero.
I understand. They call it. Yeah,
that's
fine. That's fine.
That's what I'm used to reading.
Okay, so what you may be noticing is that I've taken off 5 points from their grade. You can see it up there. This is for I am actually a teacher, and I am grading by the very flawed American system. And every time we detect
Not as flawed as Tumblr.
Every time we find a flaw in a company's logic or a particular controversy's logic, I start taking off on the grade. Now, this is actually very generous to keep them at 95, despite the fact that they've had this porn problem and this child problem for a while. I'm taking off of the 5 points already because this good guy third party group coming in and they're doing their thing. So you know what? I'll mark off another 5 because not only did these white hat hackers have to come in.
Yeah, they Tumblr came in and made it so much better for a short time. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, they're finally going away!" We were all so happy, and then we found out it wasn't Tumblr, and we're like, "Of course it's not, because why would they do anything to help us?"
Of course.
Ah.
So yeah. So we have knocked off 10 points already. That knocks them down to a B+. I did not take off for Tumblr for just banning not safe for work because that's a perfectly reasonable reaction so far. But let's go back to the company's handling of the NSFW stuff right now.
Okay. So a lot of the argument, and I've been reading these posts all day from artists, both SFW and NSFW.
Go ahead.
My thought
brain
ran
fart
away.
All right. Well, while you're brain farting, you want to gather your thoughts for a second? I'll go ahead and read some comments.
Go ahead.
Mostly people talking about Boku no Hero.
Whoops.
I think that's the right leak. Someone has linked our Redbubble. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll click that.
My skeletons.
Yeah, this is ours. I'll just post that there for the shills. As you can see, we got some designs there.
I need to make one for John. I'm totally in love with him right
now. Thank you for that. Am I the only one who's a little reserved about the blog I visit? I mean, I guess I commented 3 times in the site. I don't know.
I actually get a lot of interaction on a lot. I sometimes get up to 50 asks a day, depending on what's happening in the comic and if there's a topic. Like today, I've gotten a lot of asks. Everybody asks me, "Where are you going? How are you doing it? What should I follow?" And are you gonna still update Mama CQ like on Tumblr and you're still gonna update, right? You're still gonna update, right?
Well, I mean, like, are you really in that much danger? Because you mentioned, oh right, I'm actually gonna knock off 5 because of the plushie fiasco. I forgot their filter was so awful it flagged your plushies.
Yeah, the filter was so bad because apparently it was actually set to filter color schemes. So it was set to filter anything their bot deemed as a too much skin tone in a single image.
Okay, this is Tumblr. So we're talking about like this is
that was their entire solution.
So hold on, that's like because I'm imagining flesh color and most people are like white flesh color. So did they block?
I know.
Black and Latina colored skin, or like I
have no idea, but that was the way the bot was explained to me. That was the actual programming that went into their, and that was their initial response.
Okay. So, I mean, it's not all inclusive, but like,
That is, yeah.
Jacob has commented, I saw one where someone's picture of the snake was flagged.
Yeah.
That's a lewd snake.
Yeah, and actually, Space Plush, they just put up a new filter that was put into place today.
Okay.
And it flagged their own post.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this new policy real quick, because this policy is ooh. If you look at that little red thing up top there, yeah.
They flagged their own post, their own staff post.
According to this, a better, more positive Tumblr. Since the beginning, since its founding in 2007, Tumblr has always been a place for wide open, creative self-expression. By the way, I am very dyslexic, so I'm going to stumble through this. At the heart of community and culture, to borrow from our founder David Karp, we're proud to have inspired a generation of artists, writers, creators, and curators and crusaders to redefine our culture and to help empower individuality. Over the past several months, and inspired by our storied past, okay, we've given serious thought to who we want to be in our community moving forward, and have been hard at work laying the foundation for a better Tumblr. We've realized that in order to continue to fulfill our promise and place in culture, especially as it evolves, we must change. Some of that change began with fostering more constructive dialogue among our community members. Today, we're taking another step, and by no longer allowing sexual content, including explicit sexual content and nudity with some exceptions. Now, as we've said...
You mean you should already mark off for the spelling error?
Already there's spelling. Actually, I don't. I do not mark off for spelling errors.
Tumblr has been created since 2007. Yeah, it's been around 11 years.
Yeah, I will not mark off for spelling errors because I am dyslexic and just I don't believe it's that important. But the fact that their own filter has betrayed them and flagged their post. I bet the word sexual. It's just the word sexual in there.
Yeah, no, it's insane. I follow, like I said, I follow a fair amount of blogs. I've always tried to not follow it crazy. I know some people that follow like 500 or 1,000 blogs. I know one person who made the cap at 5,000 blogs followed. I'm like, how do you even? But a lot of my other blogs that I follow are plush artists. Space Plush, Nazragon, big people who inspire me. And they are having a major problem with this new filter just automatically going through and flagging like half their posts.
And they don't have NSFW stuff?
No, they're just plush artists. One's a pony plush artist almost exclusively.
I can understand why the filter might be a little trigger happy on pony stuff.
Well, but they're all plushies. It's just WIPs and like dark colors and everything. Like, it's not even using the old... Maybe
it is flagging black skin.
I don't know, because, like, one of the really big problems with it was with this whole debacle. Actually, that's a tangent.
That's its own tangent. All right, so we'll go back. There was a good comment. I saw a picture with Garfield flagged.
Yeah, there was a picture of Mario in his swim shorts that was flagged, too.
Wait, male nipples we're actually gonna get.
Yeah.
Actually, if someone on Discord could link me the new policy because I do not have a copy of it at the moment.
Bet I can.
Yeah, someone get me the new policy because I could not find it. I just got this post and it was so juicy.
Yeah.
I saw.
That's the first 2 paragraphs.
Stike Master 3000. This is also going to destroy some girls' livelihoods who reference link to stuff to make money. Yeah, so not only like is this just poorly implemented, it is going to actively destroy some livelihoods because at the moment there's no other site on the internet quite like Tumblr to help like models and cosplayers.
Yep, Pro Jared's wife has a very prominent Tumblr that I do follow on here, and
she's a lewd cosplayer, right?
She's just a really good cosplayer. I mean, but she is pretty cute. So I mean,
Mara's beach body too hot for Tumblr.
It was actually controversy because my Discords we're all talking about it because they all come from
Jojo. Okay, sorry. One moment. We're gonna take a quick second. I'm gonna you go ahead and keep ranting. I'm gonna go get Jojo real quick.
Okay. Yeah. No.
We waited for her to go to bed, but of course.
One of the freaking things that happened was the minute this filter started taking in, there was a sponsored post that somebody had on their dash that was a live cam girl who had her breast pushed out and everything, and they're like, oh. Is that because it's a sponsored ad? Is that because this is different than, somebody just posting things normally? Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Pillow Fort. I even have, I'm going through my blog. Because, of course I am. I need to send this to Discord to the husband. Loading crew. There we go. And I actually, the Undertale fandom specifically, has a post going around right now where they want to see about organizing, if people want to go to Pillow Fort, that they should, and I don't know. It's an idea. If Pillow Fort is anything like AO3, I would be all for it. But AO3 was even a risk when it first started. I mean, if Pillow Fort works out, I'd be more than happy to join up. But I would almost be willing to feel better waiting a couple of years to make sure that it stays the way it's supposed to be. Because I adore AO3 and everything that AO3 stands for.
There's one. Will it stop NSFW stories or only artwork? Well, at the moment, you can see right here just the word sexual.
I just sent you the full thing.
Oh, thank you. At the moment, you can actually see right here that just the word sexual has triggered this flag, and I'm guessing it suppressed it.
Yeah. See, the thing is no matter what it says, even if it says things, we know for a fact that Tumblr's filters just do not work. They have never been competent enough to make it. So I cannot trust that even if what they say is going to be allowed, will actually be allowed. You can't. I mean, they flag everything. It's not just, it's a total scrub down.
Okay.
Yeah, they're...
Where's the new stuff? I'm looking for the new stuff.
No. All right, go up.
Oh, I'm going up.
Hey, no, go down.
I'm going down.
Stop. Adult content.
Just adult content.
Adult
okay.
content.
Okay.
Okay. So if I would actually like to read it. That's okay.
Okay. You go ahead, sweetie. Yep.
All right. So don't upload images, videos, or GIFs of the that show real life human genitals or female presenting nipples. Female presenting nipples. just like completely exclude that, or make that a point. Mm-hmm. This includes content that is so photorealistic that it could be mistaken for featuring real life humans. Nice try though. Ha ha, Tumblr. Yes, no, you're still not funny. Certain types of artistic, educational, newsworthy, or political content featuring nudity are fine. Don't upload any content though, including images, videos, GIFs, or illustrations that depict sex acts. So no sexual acts. For more information about what the guideline prohibits and how to appeal decisions about adult content, click here for the help desk.
Okay.
So you have to click another link to get all the thing.
Okay.
Yes, just female nipples.
Just female nipples. They didn't. Okay. So here's what's interesting though. Like I'm now that I'm actually reading this, it looks like a lot of the art that I'm aware of. I don't, believe it or not, I don't follow that many.
Yeah.
But contrary to what my reputation might say, it looks like a lot of current Patreon business models will still exist. Like, I know a guy or a gal, I don't know who they are, but they'll upload like really sexy images of characters in their underwear. But then they'll have like a thing that'll lead to the Patreon, and if you pledge to the Patreon, you get the not safe for work version. It looks like that's still safe. Like the softcore, like it looks like softcore stuff is still safe there, according to this language.
Yeah, softcore is, but it still can't be like an implicit sexual act. So like if you have an almost like a teasing or a teasing NSFW picture, like let's say. I'm going to give a very lewd example here.
Okay, children, if you're under 18, cover your ears. We're about to talk about lewd things.
Like let's say there is a blurred picture of a girl, doing things to a guy, and like the genitalia parts are all like super blurred out. Mm-hmm. They could still probably argue that would not be allowed.
Well, that is it says sex act. So
yeah.
I mean that's clearly an act.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. There's no black and that's all black and white.
I've seen a lot of stuff like that before though, where they have like those parts, to help get around some of those things. Mm-hmm. But that would not be something that's allowed, even though there's nothing explicitly shown. Like that's, I mean.
Hand holding, I think, is going to be banned, guys. I don't think.
With that filter, it sure as hell is.
I don't think you guys can get away with hand holding anymore, you sick degenerate twats. So
yeah.
I don't think we can get away with that.
So go ahead and click the help desk.
Okay, so let's click on the help desk. All right. Oh, good. It actually defines what is adult content.
Keep reading.
But hold on. Let me take off some points. Well, actually. Already we got some really vague language, but to be honest, it doesn't look too bad. I'm just confused as to what we are and aren't allowed as far as art and stuff, because, like, don't upload images, videos, GIFs that show real-life human genitals or female-presenting nipples. So
it specifically means, like...
I'm going to take off a point for sexism.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. But, yeah, it explicitly, because it's trying to get rid of all of, like, the actual porn blogs. Like, that is specifically made to get rid of the porn blogs themselves, because they all feature,
Someone asked, what about animals? It says humans. It says real-life humans.
Real-life human genitalia.
So, I think if you have dog nipples, God, I hate that I just said that. Yeah. I think you're going to be fine.
And this also includes things that are photorealistic, so if you are, like, a painter, or if you do... realism style, that's probably going to be a problem.
Now, don't upload it real life and don't do photorealistic. But hold on, like by that language, it's incredibly vague. But it looks like drawn stuff will still be allowed. It looks like drawn lewd stuff is okay. Except
it can't really be lewd if it's not sexual. It has to be, like, purely artistic.
I think a topless girl doing...
See, that's why it's very, very... That's why I don't trust it.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark off 5 for vague language, but like that's tricky. But then again, we've also got this clarification here, so we've got a help desk. So furries aren't safe. They never were.
No.
So porn of characters is fine, so as long as it's not real life. According to what we're seeing so far, that does look like it's okay.
Because any porn porn itself would be a sexual act, so nothing of that content.
Well, softcore again. Like if a girl strips off her shirt and presents her female presenting nipples, like
that would probably not be allowed.
Well, is taking off your shirt a sexual act?
See, that's for them to decide.
That's for them to decide. So isn't that great? By the way, this video is going to be flagged and suppressed, like to no end.
That's why I'm having such. Yeah, this is why people are pissed.
Okay. Oh my. Yeah, like and then what is the bot going to pick it up? Because the YouTube bot picked up Jade. And it picks up Jade almost every time.
Yeah, and the other problem is with how functional Tumblr bots have been in the past. You know, people who don't even have NSFW blogs are already worried because they've seen the problems pop up in their blogs before. Mm-hmm. Like when I said with that other filter that they put in that was a response to somebody else coming in and cleaning up their porn bots. Mm-hmm. You know, it affected probably 3/4 of the people I followed. Like, they had comic updates and things that were marked as sensitive content, and they had people going in their inbox like, yeah, I tried to go back and read your comic, but like page blah 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 and blah was blocked now from me, and I can't read it. Mm-hmm. So they had to physically go and find their old posts and contest them to get them reopened.
Okay, but this is still some of the old policies with the old filter.
That was with the old filter, but that is just how effective Tumblr filters have been in the past. So like the worries with this new thing is that they're just going to keep, they're going to fuck it up all over again, mm-hmm. and that it's going to be even more aggressive, which leads to more yeah, this is the argument.
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump into you. You have sinned. The only option left, drawing lewd stick figures. Okay, you could draw lewd stick figures, but you can't have them in doing sexual acts.
You can't even put two stick figures.
Oh, can you imagine, like, 2 stick figures? Like.
Yeah, and that would be not allowed according to these guidelines. That would be considered inappropriate content.
I'm imagining a very specific act where that motion you were doing. Do you like this? That's my arm. So no. But stick figures. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see what adult content is by this here. There are so many artists that I love on Tumblr that hate not safe for work art, and even they're having posts taken down for basically no reason. Yeah, no, this is a huge problem. They do not have they completely lack the technology and the infrastructure to handle this.
I don't think they lack the technology. I think they lack the competence. Like, it's just staff has always just been competent. The only thing they've ever done that functions is their freaking April Fool's Day jokes. That's the only thing that ever works, and nobody likes it.
If the character is dressed in normal clothes but is sexualized already by the creators of the character, it's fine. We don't know. That's how vague the language is. It looks like at this very second, until we read this, it looks like drawings are safe, but I don't know. Let's see. Is adult content allowed on Tumblr? Starting December 17th, adult content will no longer be allowed on Tumblr, regardless of how old you are. You can read more about when contents are... Okay, community guidelines. If you spot a post that you don't think belongs on Tumblr, period, you can report it. From the dashboard or in the search results, tap or click the share menu, paper airplane, at the bottom of the post and hit report. Okay, so at the moment... so we got this report system. I can tell you right away, do you remember Mumkey?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, a reporting system on most websites, like, the biggest one right now is Twitter's report system is broken to the point...
See, and that's the report system I was talking about, mm-hmm. where, the kids will start harassing the NSFW blogs and because they think they deserve respect. And there's not too many cases of that, but I know it does happen more often than it definitely should.
One person can get a bunch of people banned. We saw... Yeah. There is a video by Mumkey Jones. I will link it when this video goes live. But he's talking to a Twitter troll who all he does is he reports people. That's just his hobby. And he just hits the report button on every single post that is somewhat racy, and he's gotten hundreds of people banned. Have you seen Pro ZD's video on this?
Yes, we did watch it. Somebody linked it in my... Mm-hmm. It was Kitten, actually.
Yeah. So, immediately, yeah. Let's see. Tapper hit the report. What is adult content? Actually, yeah, back to the reporting thing. Essentially, if you get reported and if you have a racy thing that could potentially violate guidelines. I will tell you, unless you are big and famous like Markiplier or someone like that, you're gonna get banned forever because unless you can raise a big stink about it, no one's gonna pay attention to you.
Now, I will say, in as far as this regard, Tumblr is a lot better about that. We did have a problem not too long ago where blogs were just getting randomly shut down because the bots kept not working and blocking the wrong blogs. Like one of my favorite artists, Cursetail, she got her thing blocked twice. She thought it was her harasser. It was the bot.
Well, that's the bot though.
Yeah.
But what if this was a person?
Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't matter because the thing is Tumblr does reinstate whatever they deem like wrongly thing. So she got her blog shut down twice and returned twice.
Okay.
Because, and if it was a person, like, she was still following guidelines, so it wasn't her fault. No,
it's not, but, like, it happens on YouTube all the time where they get guideline strikes or copyright strikes.
Yeah, and this just makes it open for more people to be able to be harassed like that. Yeah, but because that is the one thing that Tumblr can do a little bit better. They will defend you more on having more open things, or at least they did, because, you know, they allowed this kind of stuff. Usually if there was somebody who accidentally posted NSFW art, they would just say, yeah, switch your blog to explicit.
Well, now that explicit art isn't allowed anymore,
exactly.
This is going to be a bigger problem.
Yeah, much bigger problem.
What is adult content? Adult content primarily includes photos, videos, or GIFs that show real-life human genitals or female-presenting nipples, and any content including photos, videos, GIFs, and illustrations that depict sex acts. Okay, so clearly here, adult content is immediately defined. It is real-life human genitals or female-presenting nipples, and any content that depicts sexual acts. So it looks like drawn, not safe for work people are still safe.
Illustrations would be drawings.
Yeah. No. You can't draw a sex act, but you can still... Look, there's nothing that says illustrations of human genitals can't be existing.
Well, no, but it's still purposely targeting the main set of artists, which are doujin artists, which all have sexual acts in them.
True, but you could, like, I mean, it's better than nothing, is what I'm saying.
That's not fixing the problem, though.
Okay.
The thing is...
I'm not saying it's fixing the problem. I'm still saying, like, it's, like, as opposed to a level 10 bad situation, we're only at, like, a level 7 or 8.
Yeah, but that's still not... I mean, I know that, like, okay, so, like, if you draw a girl and she's got her boobs out, like, my one picture of Kisa, like, that would probably be fine. But you can't do anything with it, and it can't, like, what's to say in a sexual act wouldn't be anything that's even implied? Like, what if they deem, you know, blushing to be a problem? What if they because they would be aroused? What if, like, any sort of that kind of implication was allowed?
Like, you can't have an aroused...
Yeah. Or arouse anything. Like, because I know DeviantArt can be a little bit like this, too. Like, they're usually pretty good about things. But, I mean, they do have a pretty strict filter on their more hardcore stuff. But I see lots of things that kind of get, you know, soft porn on DeviantArt quite often. Which is fine.
Is porn allowed on DeviantArt?
Soft porn. Like, I know I've read a couple doujins on there that have not had any problems, that, you know, they kind of... There's romance and there's things that can be depicted, but you can't be explicit with it. You can be explicit if it's just like a model or something. A lot of 18+ photography is very allowed on DeviantArt. There's a lot of that I see, and I usually have my filter turned completely off because I don't care. So I get to see the, you know, the whole rainbow of what's on there.
What's this about lewd Kisa? Show me.
No, Kisa.
Kisa and Kisa are two different characters entirely. Although, admittedly, they are kind of quadruped humanoids.
Yeah, my Kisa is a cat girl.
Do you have a picture?
My pillow. I'll go get my pillow.
Actually, I think we have her here in your... where is it?
This is Kisa.
That's Kisa. And she's dressed. Okay,
yeah.
So that's Kisa, and then Kisa is our doggo girl. So.
Yeah. So I mean.
It's grass creep.
by that standard, DeviantArt is already allowing more than Tumblr because you can depict acts there, and it just has to be like kind of steamy. you can't you gotta hide the nibbly bits in that case a little bit. Which I probably, if I ever have anything like that, I'll probably just have like a censored page and then
Kitten TV. I don't know if anyone has mentioned this, but if Tumblr flags any not safe for work posts, it also flags posts that talk about sexuality and safe sex.
And that's a real problem because one thing that I saw in a lot of the comments on the main staff post was the LGBT community was actually very, very concerned about being able to talk about.
I imagine.
Yeah. Because that was where they used to go to, share their experiences. I've been very open on my Tumblr blog about my experiences with my daughter and how I carried her my pregnancy.
Your pregnancy, yes.
And that's all something that.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, but it's a very, very good place to do that and to get things around. I know a lot of blogs that are just parenting blogs, and they have to talk about some pretty, grotesque things, because what do you do after you have the baby? How do you take care of yourself, With, there's certain parts that change after all that.
This was also mentioned in this article here that Tumblr has been a kind of a refugee place for LGBT, kink, fetish, whatever. Like, it's a place where these people can go because not every website accepts that. And now that these things are in place here, people can't go here, and it's going to be hard to find a new home for them.
Yeah, and I understand that they're, maybe if you don't want that, but it's been there for 11 years. People have, made communities, and I mean, not all of them I agree with, but they need their place to, and Tumblr is just it is a good place for that. It really is. I mean,
we crap on Tumblr all the time.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's like big YouTubers that crap on YouTube. If YouTube goes away, they're the first ones to panic.
Yeah, it is. Actually, it was really, really sweet because I was talking about JoJo with her birthday being yesterday and everything, and I mentioned the Pokemon thing, and somebody was concerned. They messaged me. They're like, I don't want to, sound rude, but have you ever thought that maybe your daughter might have autism spectrum disorder? And I was like, well, no, she does. I just don't talk about it because it's like a million miles of paragraphs long of explanation with all of her health issues and blah, blah, blah. And Tumblr sometimes has the attention span of a 5-year-old, which is just true. But, I get that. More often than that, well, have you ever considered she's got this or this or this? And, they're concerned and they're really sweet. And,
we're kind of getting off track.
I know, but it leads into the point that this is why this place has kind of existed in this sense and why people are so angry that it's being taken away. Because even I've experienced, I don't care, but I've experienced the kindness and the kind of social community. And even I was talking about my mild autism possibilities. I'm like, well, you don't have to be worried about it. I met a lot of people that have the same problem, and I felt a lot better after I talked to people like me. And I was like, this is really nice.
Tumblr's for freaks and geeks and weird kinks.
Yeah,
freaks, geeks, and kinks.
Someone
coined this. It
was just really nice, and I was just like, half the time I cannot stand the ask like that, and the other half it's just the sweetest damn thing, and I can't get over how nice it is. And now it's all being.
Yeah, no one's saying there's anything wrong with autism or anything like that. Like they're saying we're making the argument that Tumblr was a good place for this, and now that these stricter guidelines are coming down, people are worried that they may not be able to share this stuff anymore. So because part of I don't know, LGBT, a big part of it's sexuality.
Yeah.
If someone wants to talk about their experience, they can't do that anymore, and that's not fair.
Yeah, because a lot of people, apparently, there's a lot of groups and stuff that went around on how to do the safe sex.
How to do the safe.
Yeah, that's an actual thing that people could talk about, and a lot of people have built their blogs around, how to properly engage and proper birth control. There was a post going around that I've actually saw that was just about how to check for breast lumps properly.
Oh, no, that's really good.
And things like that.
It looks like that's still allowed so far.
Yeah, that would probably still be allowed, but still, at the same time...
We can't trust the bots.
We can't trust it, because, yeah.
Let's see. What is still permitted? Examples of exceptions that are still permitted are exposed female-presenting nipples in connection with breastfeeding, birth or after-birth moments, and health-related situations, such as post-mastectomy or gender confirmation surgery. Okay, so...
Yeah, so that's actually kind of nice to have.
So like, if a male-to-female trans person wanted to post their post-operation, they can still do that.
Yeah.
It looks like that's still able... Or reverse, like female to male. Hey, here's what I got. Here's what I did.
Yeah.
Written content such as erotica, nudity related to political or newsworthy speech. Okay, hold on, what? Written content such as erotica, nudity related to political or newsworthy speech, and nudity found in art such as sculptures and illustrations are also stuff that can be freely posted on Tumblr. So, written erotica, still good.
Yeah, so, like, if you have a...
You're writing pervs, you're still safe.
Yeah, like, the 18-plus RP blogs are a big thing, and they're all like, so the written erotica is fine, but you can't make a comic of it, that's bad.
That's bad. I suppose if you write it, like, you could write the script out and then post, like, a teaser link to your Patreon or your DeviantArt.
See, that would have to be what would happen, but... At the same time, it's like, oh yeah, you're totally allowed to write it, but drawing it, no. That's a no.
So I could write some disgusting, disturbing stuff, but I can't draw a picture of it.
Exactly, and the problem is like there's actually a major conflict about that in Tumblr itself because Tumblr doesn't like to read fanfics. Like, they actually don't like it when you post fanfics on Tumblr.
Really?
Oh, yeah, no. Like, I reblogged a fanfic, and somebody's like, wow, you think that could have used a read more link so I didn't have to look at that crap? And I was like, fuck you. Don't tell me what to... Like, don't tell me what to do and not to do on my own blog. Thank you very much. Like, it just... No. I actively get hate when I post a too long text post, even if it's fanfic.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so, like...
So, and then nudity related to political or newsworthy speech. So, those weird ones where, like, woman lifts skirt to protest, like, sexism or something, that's still apparently okay. Or those creeps that posted, like, the nude Donald Trunks. Points for discriminating arts, I guess. I think so. Like, and then it says artwork depicting found, like, what was it? Nudity found in art, such as scriptures and illustrations, are also stuff that can be freely posted.
Basically, they're saying we're not going to ban historical items because we know just how badly that would reflect upon our image. Like you can't not post Michelangelo's, crap because, oh God, we're historically aware, you guys. We wouldn't ban that. It's really framed that way.
The problem is, it's the art and illustrations thing is really bothersome because, like, it looks like it just comes down to age. Like, if it's older than 100 years old, you're good to go. Yeah. But if you made it yourself, you're SOL.
You're a terrible person because you think you know that sex exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's just. I'm sorry. I'm unreasonably angry.
I'm gonna give out 5 points, sweetie, and I think you should join me in marking off 5 points because.
Well, it does take 2.
It does take 2. Speaking of which,
can you write a drawing something like those you find?
Can you write a drawing? Oh, like those.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Those.
I would love to see somebody do that just to be like, fuck you, bitches who did it anyway.
I think that would be considered an illustration at that point.
Yeah, but it's written so.
But it's made with, like, writing and code. I need to see this. Like, what do the bots say to that? Can the bots even recognize that?
Oh, please, the bots would freaking mark your grandmother as explicit with how broken they are right now.
I mean, I really want to know, but the thing is that is such a different thing. That's why we have CAPTCHA. Like, bots can't read CAPTCHA very well. Yeah. So, like, are the bots going to be able to detect, like, if you have this, like, fully, like, lewd act occurring as an animated GIF of, like, those like those things made out of text. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, can it detect? Seriously, someone test this. Like,
I mean, I can see if this all goes through, but if this is all still in place by December 17th, I can just see people like doing that just purely out of spite, just to get around it. So I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah.
But
oh
but
look,
yeah.
it's a novel. Whoopsie, it's porn.
Yeah, exactly. So like
that is some meta next level art.
yeah,
I would love to
so
see.
like
Yeah.
that is the other problem though. It is a complete discrimination of the arts, and that is just not fair if you want to do a comic versus a writing, especially with the way Tumblr reacts, like the Tumblr crowds react to long form writing.
To be honest, I probably should not have knocked off those points. This is actually pretty, like, despite all the complaining, this is actually pretty well defined.
Yeah, we'll keep reading because I got something to tell you.
Okay, all right. Moving on. What will happen to my adult content already on Tumblr? We will send out email notices to members of the Tumblr community whose content has been flagged as adult. If your post has been flagged as adult, it will be reverted to a private setting viewable only by you. If you want to learn more about how to see these posts, use this article. Cool. As always, please sure to use the email associated with your Tumblr account. So they don't delete it, but they do privatize it. See, okay, that's actually more fair than like anything I've seen in a while, because YouTube will sometimes straight up delete all of your channel, and a lot of people use Tumblr as a depository.
Well, the only problem is there's already been mass deletes.
Oh.
And they didn't get emails.
Continue as I mark off.
Yeah, like I said, I've been very in touch with my Discord and everything, and when somebody was very upset because their friend who is an NSFW artist just went and saw that their entire blog was completely gone and they hadn't got anything, and that was just done today. So who knows how many others it's been affecting already.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech doesn't exist on a private thing. Although I totally agree that it should. I think we do need to update our freedom of speech laws to include like websites.
I think certain websites. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be used especially if you're going to be a social media platform,
I think on a social media platform, there should be freedom of speech laws that enacted on it. But once again, it's a private corporation.
Yeah.
So...
Now, if you're looking at something like DeviantArt, it would be more understandable there because that is a professional portfolio site that actual artists use as a professional portfolio site. Like, I think that's fine. I wouldn't go crazy on DeviantArt like how I am very open on Tumblr. I feel comfortable on Tumblr. And, you know, it has always been one of the most free places, and yeah, this is all it just feels like mass censorship.
Okay.
Because, you know, anything talking about sexuality, and I'm completely against not being open about sexuality in the first place. I think it's a problem. I think it's a nationwide problem, but that's an entire
that's a big culture problem. We're just gonna skid right past that.
I'm not gonna get into it, but that is one. It makes me unreasonably angry because it just feels like another.
They've been doing a lot of unannounced deletes. Okay, so if that's the case, well, I hate to be devil's advocate for Tumblr, but it looks like these policies won't be in place until the 17th. So they technically have until the 17th to clean up the bot.
Yeah, I mean,
if
they
that's
do.
But then again, they're already deleting not safe for work, right?
They're already doing mass deletes, and we've seen promises of workable bots in the past, and again, I've told you the results of those fiascos, and apparently those are not the worst incidents of attempts of bots.
What happened
Tumblr.
to Kitty? Kitty, no, come on, no, stop posting links. Oh, Kitty was posting links. I'm sorry, Kitty.
The appeal system is bad too.
The appeal system is bad. So,
yeah, I mean, the thing is,
what can you tell me an experience of someone with an appeal system? You said you had a couple friends.
Yeah, Kirsteel had appealed twice, and they didn't have very much of an issue with it. I haven't seen anybody who's really had too many issues with the appeal system unless they had like real trouble with the. I don't know. I've never had to appeal. I have had to contact staff before. I actually have a staff email for the search function, which has been broken on my blog for almost 2 weeks now, and which is just a result of all. So the thing is they haven't even fixed the problems that are there and people are complaining about, and they're already trying new things as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Matthew's pointed out, then why are they trying to implement this stuff before the 17th? I mean, you're right,
Yeah.
and honestly, I was about to mark off a grade anyway. We're at 59. Like they hit F a while ago.
Yeah.
So this isn't. Don't know what to say.
I can draw a person getting horribly stabbed to death so long as I don't show nipple. Yeah. Yeah.
No. If it's a male nipple, you're fine.
Yeah.
Actually, if you draw it, then you're fine. If you draw it, then you're mostly good. As long as he's not aroused while you're stabbing him, you'll be fine.
Oh damn! All the gore kink is just going downhill now.
Oh my god. Here we go. My content was flagged as adult, but I don't think it should be. What should I do? If you feel we have categorized your post incorrectly, you can appeal this decision using the button on the post in question. Please note that this process is only possible to complete on the web or the Tumblr Android app version 12.2 or later to review your flagged content. Or if you are in iOS, please use the web to appeal from now. Oh, iOS.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the way that works is because I've done this with the old filter on my plushie post. What you do is you go through and you notice that this content has been marked as sensitive. There's a little button that says repeal, and that's all it does. It goes through an automated system, and I did get. I mean, it probably took 24 hours for all of my posts that I noticed to get back up, but I still had to manually go through all of my posts. And if I didn't know something was flagged, somebody would have to oh, I didn't know that you had that because it was blocked.
So is there not a system in place that can filter out your block stuff? Like,
No.
like if I go to if I go to YouTube right now, and this may be a third-party application, I'm not sure that's doing this because I got a lot of plugins. I can actually go into my YouTube. And I think I'll show. Yeah, I'll go here. Yeah, you guys get to see my YouTube for a second. So if I go in here, I can click this little thing, although this might be vidIQ or TubeBuddy doing this. But I can sort this by claimed, not claimed, limited, no ads, private, listed, public, most viewed, that kind of thing. So I can go to claimed, and I think these are actually my videos I make money on. I don't recall. Okay, these are the videos I make money on. So, limited or no ads. And it will just show me all the videos that have been limited. Oh, that one? Really? Really? This one?
That little yellow dollar sign, bro.
I guess. The little... Okay, this one I get because I used the copyrights. Actually, I don't get that one. Why is this one? Child abuse PSA. I understand that one.
Yeah.
I understand.
I understand that one.
Megan. Okay, Jade's death. I put death in the title. Okay.
Yeah.
And the Honey Pop controversy, I flagged myself.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't want my school looking at that one. So.
But yeah, there's nothing like that on Tumblr. It's all you have. We have the tag search, and there again, the tag search has been broken for 2 weeks. So even if I wanted to search through my blog, like I normally could, I am unable to do that because they have not fixed that problem before implementing this new crackdown. So, yay! Somebody freaking, I've been seeing all kinds of Tumblr, fix it! And then Tumblr just smashes a hammer against a wall, makes a hole.
Sorry, G-Force, you're not
The
needed
Mario
right now.
Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey was flagged because of photorealistic man's nipples.
There was somebody in my Discord had linked to a post that had Mario. He was just in his swim trunks, and it had been marked as inappropriate.
But male nipples are allowed. Male presenting nipples.
I know. Female presenting nipple.
I mean, that, to be fair, it's blocked on every other website.
I know, but still, for Tumblr to do that is the real problem.
Yeah, no,
that's
this is the all-inclusive website. Now, okay, if I am biologically male,
yeah,
and I identify as female, I'm only using that term because it is useful in this situation.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm biologically male, and I identify as female, and I present myself as a female, and I expose my nipples. Am I banned from Tumblr?
I would love to see that.
Now here's, okay, what if you decide to present yourself as a man,
Uh-huh.
and you man up, and you present yourself identifying as a man, are you banned?
See, that would be the argument, wouldn't it? That would probably be why a lot of, like, the transgender, a lot of the LGBT groups were pretty worried about some of this stuff because, you know, who's to say that it's so flippant and it can easily be bent to whatever they need to conform to at the moment.
Like,
and that's the dirty part about it, and the part that, you know, really shouldn't be there for Tumblr of all things.
Yeah, Thomas Wellerton, what is considered male or female? Now, if this were on any other website, most people would not care. But this is Tumblr.
Yeah.
This is the LGBT kind of like internet safe zone. And if you can't do this anymore, then this is a problem.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is where nobody was really. You could ban people for kink shaming you. You could ban. You know, I even had somebody comment because I was being very outspoken today. Because of course I was.
Of course you were.
And
you troublesome.
I know.
Female.
This is why I lose about 5 followers every time I post something opinionated. I don't care. But
dude, we lost 20 subscribers just posting our little opinion video.
I know.
Like,
it's fine. But somebody mentioned, like, well, I think they should get rid of, like, the bad stuff, like non-con, and I was like,
don't you kink shame me.
Exactly.
Like, don't you freaking kink shame me.
Yeah, and I went on to go say, I am not here to judge what is bad and what is not in a legal sense. The only things that should be banned are glorifications of negative and harmful behaviors and things that are actually illegal.
Well, someone would argue that, non-con is a pretty negative behavior.
It doesn't glorify it, though. It
kind of
No. Listen.
Oh, okay.
Because what that is indulging in a kink. It is not glorifying the action of.
Okay.
That is what I mean. Because when somebody says glorification, they mean, like, it's a good and healthy thing to slit your wrists.
Oh, okay.
That's what that means.
Okay, that's what that means.
Yeah. It is not, like, if you write a story about somebody who has depression and has a cutting problem, that is not glorifying it. That is talking about it. And non-con is only bad in a sense if it is something that, it's a personal opinion. It's not something that should be deemed, and I actually pointed that out. They're like, well, yeah, you're right, we're kind of worried. They actually relented on that point. I was kind of proud of them.
No dongers allowed. No dongers!
Yeah.
What if, actually, apparently you're allowed to draw a dong, but can you draw an aroused dong?
See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
We don't know.
What if my blog, not to be confused with post, was marked as explicit before December 17th, 2018? Blogs that have either been self-flagged or flagged by us as explicit per our old policy and before December 17th, 2018 will still be overlaid with a content filter when viewing these blogs directly. While some of the content on these blogs may now be in violation of our policies and will be actioned accordingly, the blog owners may choose to post content that is within our policies in the future. So we'd like to provide them that option. Okay, this is actually, you know what, I'm marking off 5 points because, like, Tumblr is wanting a clean slate by getting rid of adult stuff. But this still says that if you had an explicit blog before this, you are now stuck with it.
Yeah, and users under 18 will not be allowed to click through and see the content, and the avatars and headers for these blogs will also be reverted to the default settings, so no custom shiny anything, and all posts from these blogs are kept out of search results, so you can no longer be found either. So if your main blog is an explicit blog and you still have explicit material on it, you are essentially fucked.
Not in the fun way either. Like, you are done.
Yeah.
No, this is just punishment.
Yeah.
And this is, like...
That's the worst part of it for me.
Oh, my God.
Like, so, one of my good friends had a main blog marked as explicit, she didn't do a whole lot of explicit material on it, but she would just do, like, a sketch once in a while of one of her characters with the penis.
What was that, sweetie?
Well, it was an ectodong.
With the penis.
Yeah, with the penis. I didn't want to talk about it too much because it's an ectodong, so I don't want to
go on.
So that was her main blog for a while, and I think she did already want to wipe that one and do a clean slate, but Like, if she had stayed there, she would effectively be screwed. And that would have sucked horribly.
Getting banned becomes a fetish. No, like...
So...
That's really hard. Like, that's awful, to be honest. Because, like, if you made your business around it and you were safe on this website, you're now just, like...
stuck there and nothing to do.
And you're in trouble. Like, you have to make a safer workplace now.
Yeah,
and like, even then...
And at least move over your SFW post. This is why there's a mass, thing going around. I've already told my blog, hey, I'm going to try to make DeviantArt my main place for interaction now, so go ahead and go there, because I've had it for 7 years.
And DeviantArt's so good.
Well, it's not terrible. I've always had to maintain a DeviantArt anyway for me, because conventions, the juried applications, they will not accept Tumblr blogs as a valid form of portfolio. They never have, and they probably never
Sweetie,
will.
when you bounce your pop there, it actually triggers the mic.
Oh,
so
whoops.
just letting you know.
Sorry, I'm used to holding things.
I love it. Getting banned. So can you draw?
Oh my god! Can we turn this into a kink for Tumblr to?
Tumblr, ban me harder, Tumblr. It's like asking Crazy Diamonds to fix something, but you forget how to activate its ability and just punches it into dust.
Yeah, no, like it just the main criticism I am seeing is that people feel that Tumblr is being lazy and putting a band-aid over a problem that has been a problem for a long time, and they are just, instead of trying to fix it like they should have been doing 2 years ago, they are sanitizing and washing their hands of it as a way to opt out of dealing with it. It feels lazy, it feels cheating, it feels like a cop-out, and it feels like mass censorship.
Yeah. And not only that, they are destroying like the platform, and not necessarily the platform. They are destroying the lives of a lot of their biggest creators, and like
who've been there forever.
And with no warning, no nothing. This is okay, I'm understanding why people are really furious about this now. This is disgusting. Like, as far as like, if you had just nuked like the blog and say, all right, everything's privatized, but you can still be searched, that'd have been like a little okay. But this is just
because then you still have things. But now
it's like they're embarrassed about it and they're not going to deal with it. And yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, some people are calling it like the Last Crusade.
The Last Crusade.
The Crusade is the Tumblr Crusade, and like, cause they literally are just taking a ton of holy fire and saying sex doesn't exist anymore. Boom. And that's not good for a place of sexual positivity and a place where even I felt comfortable talking about,
I'm looking at the Discord.
Some
Someone made a meme of us with the
Oh,
grade
yes.
69.
Oh yes. What about traps? Yeah, see, it's all.
It doesn't matter. Like,
and like they're really worried about.
The language is vague enough that like they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And
I was pretty proud
damn
of
the users. Yeah. Like, we need to save our thing. We need to, like, I didn't realize that it got banned from the App Store. I thought it was just never allowed on the App Store in the first place, and they were expanding.
No.
I didn't realize that this is just a knee-jerk reaction to a problem that they haven't been dealing with forever.
Yeah, because it's been something that the community has talked about for a long time, because I see posts all the time from blogs that say, hey, can we do something about like this problem, and can we like get it sorted out, because I've tried to blacklist, like people just started, they took the matters in their own hands, like there's blacklisting and that kind of thing, tag blocking.
Sorry, someone's, I think Redacted has pointed out that a mod on Tumblr has been blocked by one of the bots.
Yeah, that's because they are so incompetent on making these things functional for whatever reason, and they've never worked. So they need better staff. They need a competent coder, whatever the hell they need to do. This is not the solution. That's what we're saying. Like, the problem has festered into a massive infection that has been burrowing and growing for years, And now because they haven't handled it for so long, now they have to nuke the whole thing into oblivion because they're too stupid to handle it themselves.
Okay, so this is a real problem, and people are asking now, where can people go? Someone is so you mentioned DeviantArt.
Yes.
Someone is mentioning Newgrounds, especially for the animators.
Yes,
and
Newgrounds is pretty good.
Newgrounds has always been a great place. They never
love
seem.
Newgrounds. Yeah,
they
they're
never
still around.
They still have a very strong. Not that I've been there recently, but I understand. Like Zone still posts there regularly.
Yeah, Zone, and then I still go back and watch all those old videos that were very popular in high school.
Are you talking about the Raven one?
No, not that. I mean, like the meme videos. You remember all the little Naruto flash animations?
Oh my god!
I love those shit.
Okay, so Newgrounds is still alive and kicking apparently, and will accept these people. They have not kowtowed to corporate whatever.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in Pillow Fort. I would like to see where that goes. I've mentioned that.
So Pillow Fort? I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, you have to pay into it right now, but there was just a post saying that for the Undertale fandom specifically, they were willing to help set up a something to maybe let people buy keys for Pillow Fort. Like, they wouldn't handle the money, but people might, if they want to buy keys for people who can't afford it.
Was this funded?
I think it was. It's because they said it's in closed beta right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Pledge $57,000. Okay, so. All right, so it looks like this might be good.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to have an AO3 style take on fandom things and be more open.
What's AO3 again? I think you mentioned it.
AO3 was the fanfiction site that was it started because of the fanfiction.net nuke, when they were systematically mass deleting things that fanfiction.net considered too racy. AO3 has a system set up everywhere from ratings from everyone to adult only. There's a mature and an explicit tag in AO3, and you can write almost anything there. They don't believe that there should be any boundaries.
Is that Archive of Our Own?
Yes.
Okay, I remember
yeah.
No, I know that website.
Yes, I love AO3.
You shared a few of those with me.
I love AO3. I've been part of it since it started. I haven't been able to post a lot there. I really should take a lot of my fanfics and just move them to AO3. Is what I really should do. But it's supposed to have the same idea as that, but as a social media site.
That's awesome. Okay.
I know, it is. But it's locked beta right now. You can only get it with key, and you have to pay for the key. So there was a Tumblr post going around that was asking the Undertale fandom if they wanted to be interested in doing Pillow Fort, and that they would set up some sort of way for people to maybe buy keys for the younger audience who don't have money.
How much is a key, and how do we get one?
I am not sure.
All right, let's go back.
Yeah, they wouldn't handle the money. They would just help distribute keys if people wanted to pay for them.
Okay. Okay, here we go. There's a thing on a Tumblr. Okay. Whoa.
Oh yeah, they are recovering from an issue. Like I said, it's still closed beta, and it's still risky because it's still very new.
Oh.
The $5.
I can't get your FAQs just yet, so I'm sorry if this has been asked. The $5, is that a monthly or a lifetime? Of course, with the option of upgrading to premium subscriptions. It is a one-time payment with the ability to create an account. We will introduce premium features in the future. Oh, so you can get in just $5.
$5 and that, yeah. And it's because it probably was a Kickstarted funded thing that they probably, I bet they have a team, and so I'm definitely okay with that idea. It'll probably be like AO3, and where they might have to offer.
I was thinking $50 keys. I was expecting.
No, I don't think they'd do that. But Archive of Our Own survives on yearly donations, and honestly, if you guys can even spare $1 every year to do the donation for it,
I'm not gonna search up Archive of Our Own, by the way.
Oh no, it's everything. It's just. You have to be invited there, I think so.
Okay.
But I can do that.
All right. Okay, so I will shrink that, and then Pillow Fort's down at the moment. So we got this Tumblr to ban adult content. So we've done this one. We've talked about the child pornography problem. Did I counted off points for that?
Yeah, because it's just been, like I said, a festering issue that they just haven't dealt with. So it exploded on them, and now they're freaking out.
We've given serious thought. Okay, so users have a chance. Okay, Tumblr to ban all adult content. We've covered that. Do you think there's really anything else to cover?
That's pretty much everything, and I mean, it still kind of angers me. I mean, there's a lot of the artists I know. One of my favorite ones is from Finland, and she doesn't really have access to other platforms and stuff. And I mean, I've met so many people all over the world on that site, and it's like one of my friends, Indonesian. Finland, Canada, Australia. I mean,
and do these people make their money off of that website?
A couple of them do. Yeah, I know. One of them. They don't really do a whole lot of money, but like that's where they like to post because that's where they can get things. I mean, one of my good friends is from Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the only reason she doesn't have a Patreon or PayPal or anything set up is because the Russian apparently is very, very hard.
I imagine. Really, Russia's having a hard time making money.
Well, no. It's not because they're making money. It's the way their bank accounts are set up do not work very well with online interactions, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like she would love to order things from the store, but she can't because she can't get it to work.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she totally could if otherwise.
So essentially, this is just more of the internet being taken down because we got a lazy company. People who don't care about their users. I'm going to drop them down for a final 5 points. This previously safe space for LGBT people is getting shafted, and back to Blogspot. Jesus,
I remember that. Oh my gosh.
There was a great video by I cannot remember what his name was, but we actually listened to him earlier. He did Overwatch videos. And the video is called Every Company You Love Will Betray You. And he explains really well, essentially, it all comes down to money. It all comes down to being safe and being advertiser-friendly.
And, like, I get that, but I do feel like in this case, if they had taken any sort of initiative, this would not have blown up like this. It would not have been the problem that it needed to be.
Newgrounds right now do MySpace.
Oh my god!
I think, is sexual content still banned on MySpace?
No idea. MySpace. I haven't heard of MySpace since high school.
MySpace community guide. You can see the web comments I look at. MySpace guidelines. Bigotry, gore, and violence. Please don't upload sexually explicit videos or images. We're not in the business of profiting from adult-oriented. Yeah. There are much better websites.
What do they link? What do they link to?
I don't think that's not a link. That's just
all right. Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, if that's a link to Tumblr.
There's still Reddit. I mean, Reddit's a thing. You can make your own subreddit.
You would have to show me.
It's not very good, but you could do it.
Yeah. Like that's really part of that's another part of the main issue is so much of it is, Dojin and comic content for the NSFW artists. And, like, other than DeviantArt, the archiving system is pretty meh. I mean, DA I even have trouble because I have so many pages, but the other one I know, she actually can't post a DA because she is too racy for them. I don't know where else she's going to go other than, like, opening her own Discord channel.
Discord has some things too. Like, Shadman cannot exist on most places.
Yeah, no.
He's got his own. I mean, you could build your own website, but that's a couple $100 a month or year. If
See, people were asking me about my Ask blog because I won't be around on Tumblr that much if this all goes through. And I was kind of hoping to have.
Yeah, but okay. Thomas Wellerton has asked. I don't mean to call you out directly, but you can see. Thomas Wellerton. 4chan is an option. No, it's not. You cannot commercially advertise yourself on 4chan or 8chan.
Nope.
They specifically do not let you do that. Because I tried to do that a few years ago. I tried to point out on the RPG forums. And no, you cannot point out your own stuff.
4chan has actually, I mean, they still have a lot of...
4chan is really good for free speech, and if you want to post porn there, go for it. And it's been very LGBT friendly in the past couple of years.
They've had a lot of, things, Chad cannot exist.
No, I'm sorry. I will always disagree with you on that. I do not like Shadman's art. I do not particularly like Shadman himself. Shadman needs to exist. I'm sorry.
It's people like him that allow the rest of us to do our normie shit.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Somebody,
Shadman must exist.
Somebody that extreme makes the rest of us able to do whatever the heck we want to do, and that is very important.
Meverse. 4chan is doing a separation of their not safe for work and safe for work between 4chan and 4channel. Okay, separating it is fine.
Yeah, which is what I really would have wished. That would have been the better step in this whole debacle, honestly, is just take all the explicit blogs and put them on a new site. Just
DA has been getting problems with people getting banned by unknown reasons.
They're in the middle of updating things, and I'm sure because DA, the thing is I trust DA to resolve their issues because they are looked at by professionals. That is one of the strengths of in the security of posting on DeviantArt, is that the people, real professional artists, sculptors, and what have you, actually use it for their work. So they have to have structure and integrity. So I trust it so much more. I mean, you can find the artist for Pokemon Playhouse and stuff on DeviantArt.
Okay.
Actually, Noka's followed him for years. And there's all kinds of people like that. You look at most of the daily deviations, and they are from people who work in the actual industry. So, and those are where their portfolios and stuff are. So I can trust DeviantArt to at least resolve its issues. I cannot trust Tumblr to do jack crap.
I saw Shadman at Anime Midwest. Wait, really?
Dude,
he was there? Why did you
bring him to us?
Dude! What is... Oh, man.
I'm sad.
Now I am sad. Yeah,
like,
I want to meet Shadman. Like, I shouldn't... I've got one student who is a big fan of Shadman. Not his artwork, but the person. Also, yeah, sorry, Team Miracle, about your thing. I don't know how to respond to that, but I'm glad we made your day better. Shadman is a very, very, very edgy adult artist who purposely draws like underage looking people, but he draws it, and he will draw people and things and just really...
He does things that nobody else would dare touch.
And I do not... Yeah, no. I do not like his art. I do not... I will flat out say that.
Yeah, no.
But, like, he needs to exist because... He
is one of the most fun people to follow on social media.
Yeah. He's hilarious, too. Yeah.
He's so funny.
Quick, hide the memes. Oh, yeah. Then Brexit and Article 13 is its own thing. The internet is essentially under attack, and there's not much we can do about it. But.
Yeah, I mean, that's the age that we're living in. We've experienced this entire past 20 years as this huge progressional boom of technology and information, and now the world doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah. Newgrounds is still a thing. I'm glad it's still a thing, but
Me
otherwise...
too.
Hey, we got 69 viewers right now. I think this might be a good time to cut the stream. I think we've said all we can.
We haven't finished yet.
That sounds like your problem. I saw someone cosplaying at Youmacon, so okay. I think we're about done. We've said all we really can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still unreasonably angry, but I actually have to go take care of my blog now, so...
And I'm going to probably go to bed. It's 11 o'clock here.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So,
I got things to do. I wanted to get more done tonight.
Anyway, thank you, everybody. If you are watching this, like, after the fact, and if you want to subscribe because you want us to cover more controversial topics, that sometimes happens, but otherwise, we're a D&D Pokemon tabletop channel, and if that interests you at all, check out the rest of our content. And...
yeah, you can check my blog for as long as it's there, but I'll be on DeviantArt, basically Elena Prana everywhere, and, you know, buy my shirts on Redbubble, because they're super cute.
Okay.
Also, probably, maybe I should post this on my blog.
We probably should. We could probably, why not? So, anyway.
Yeah, no, at this point, who cares? Everybody else is...
Yeah, everyone's saying goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good shit. Have a good one. Button. Bye-bye.